last 5 days, there is one man who is the most wanted in Punjab and dare I say in the country right now. The entire Punjab police apparatus, every single hour that Amritpal Singh, the Khalistani supporter, the preacher propped up by the ISI, remains out of their custody, out of their reach, is being left red-faced. But we have some very, very important information. We'll tell you all about what's happening and what is the latest as far as the investigation is concerned. But important information NDTV has accessed exclusively. Amritpal Singh, the ISI Khalistani stooge, his entire anti-India blueprint has been accessed by NDTV. Now, this dossier has been prepared by the central agencies, and we have got our hands on the excerpts of how Amritpal's big plan was in motion. In fact, to set once again the fire of separatism, of Khalistan, and also to mislead the youth once again into the dark days of 1980s and the early 90s that Punjab had witnessed, all on the behest of his handlers, his masters, sitting across the border in Pakistan. Without further ado, let's very quickly tell you and give you the details of what NDTV has been able to access. Now, there have been certain key elements of how the weapons were being brought in and how things were being used. So, sources have told NDTV on the weapons part, Amritpal was getting weapons from Pakistan. Sources say that Amritpal got these weapons from the ISI. There is a direct link that the Punjab police and the agencies have been able to establish of the number of drone activity on the border with Punjab and Pakistan, which has increased since the time Amritpal has entered the country. Amritpal was also building a private militia and was recruiting from his rehabilitation centers. The pitch was religious. The pitch was for the good of the people, to get the Punjabi youth free, get them free of the drugs, get them off the drugs, and for that, this entire de-addiction center business, or at least the network, was being made. But what was happening in these de-addiction centers? They were recruiting, grounds as far as Amritpal is concerned. The weapons, ladies and gentlemen, were in fact coming through ISI. They were stockpiling of the weapons illegally being done at these de-addiction centers. He was building a private militias from these drug centers, building private militia to create law and order problem in the state of Punjab. There was this logo which was found of the Ajnala Commando Force, which he was building and was used on these weapons. The attempt was to divide Punjab and to create communal fissures in the state, a sensitive state. His associates were threatening brainwashing inmates at the de-addiction centers. Inmates were being beaten until they agreed to submit themselves to the cause of Amritpal. Drugs, in fact, Amritpal was involved in the drug nexus. So on one hand, he was projecting himself as the Messiah who was getting the youth of Punjab off the drug problem. On the other, he was getting his money from the drug mafia and the drug nexus between Pakistan and the drug mafia. There has been increase in the drug carrying drones in Punjab since the arrival of Amritpal Singh. Links with cross-border drug dealers based in Pakistan is also what the agencies are indicating. Now, the Mercedes which was given to him was also from a drug lord, Rawal Singh. Dubious finances, maintaining convoy of expensive vehicles without accounting for finances is what Amritpal Singh was actually doing. He had no account for the money which was collected in the name of Waris Punjab Day programs, the group or the association, the organization that he was in fact heading. Now, this was the repeat of 1980s and the 90s through Amritpal that the ISI wanted to in fact do in Pakistan, in Punjab, and once again throw the Punjabi youth not only in drugs but also in terrorism. And in this entire game, the pawn, the main face was Amritpal. Let me very quickly go across, in fact, at this moment to my colleague Neeta, who's accessed these details. Neeta, important details that you have accessed and highlighted from your sources in the various agencies in the central government. Now, these are very, very serious charges and a very sinister plan, to say the least, as far as Amritpal is concerned. What were the agencies doing and what's the plan from here on? Because it's just not Amritpal, but also the tentacles that he has left behind in Punjab.
See, Ankit, as far as the tentacles are concerned, they are already going after them. More than 100 people have been arrested. But the fact is, the main hero of the movie is still missing, Amritpal Singh. It's day 5 today. Agencies are after him. The Punjab police, yesterday Punjab High Court in fact said 80,000 policemen were after him. Centre has sent so many paramilitary forces, so many battalions have been sent. But still, he has been able to, run and cocking a snook at the law and order machinery, the entire law and order machinery. In fact, it seems like a movie the way he's running from one place to another, and people are there to help him out. Even if his bike goes out of petrol, there's a car waiting for him, there's a second car waiting for him, there are clothes waiting for him, there is food waiting for him. So everything seems to fall in place, which needs to be questioned as to why and how it is happening when Punjab police is hot on his heels. But the fact is that he was making, he had sinister plans. As far as de-addiction centers are concerned, the very valid question being raised is that if these were de-addiction centers, why was he not recruiting doctors? Only people who used to come there, he was using them as front shields whenever there were religious processions which he used to take part in. They used to walk every day about 20 kilometers trying to mobilize the youth, trying to, inculcate separatist ideas in them. So many things have been come to light. In fact, as far as you were mentioning the drone sightings, earlier this month only, Ankit, in January itself, 33 drones were sighted over international borders, out of which 21 times it was over Punjab border only. So each time a drone comes, it comes with a caseload. As we all know, it brings drugs, it brings weapons also. These private militia that he had raised had automated weapons. In fact, they some of them did not even have licenses, but he was asking them, all his supporters, to carry the weapons, and if they are being stopped, to use them also. So that is the kind of
I just want to ask you, has the government or the agencies been zeroed down on his handlers across the border, the ISI link that we are talking about? Have they been able to zero in on that?
See, even if they have, obviously they have, as far as ISI links are concerned, his London links are concerned, his UAE links are concerned, all have been named. But the fact is, what can you do about them? The man who was here right now, not only his, LOC or NBW has been issued. In fact, even BSF and SSB have been alerted so that he cannot sneak outside India. That is from even Nepal also. As far as his handlers are concerned, some of them have been identified not only in London but Canada also, how money was being pumped into. They have the entire chart. But the chart is again in the books, but the main hero of the movie is still missing.